Welcome back, everybody. My name's Andrew and you're watching the Kelley's Country Life. So today we're back out at the pole barn house to do a little work. I just got back from the hardware store again, so there's a few things to talk about there. I'll show you what we're correcting today after our inspector visit. And we'll see what else we can get into since it is late in the afternoon and there's a lot of rain on the way. Okay, so a couple things I just picked up at the hardware store. One was probably one of the biggest sticker shocks for me of this entire build, and I've had some serious sticker shocks. It was the Tyvek. I had no idea how expensive that stuff was, and I had to do a little research while in the store to figure out which way I want to go. So I'm in Lowe's. I go up to the area where they have house wrap, and there's two choices there and two choices only. It's the Lowe's brand house wrap, and then it's the Lowe's DuPont Tyvek, you know, the actual Tyvek stuff. And it's pretty easy to see looking at them, they're completely different. So the Lowe's looks like an old plastic sack. It's kind of woven and almost looks transparent. It looks like you can look right through it, and it feels completely different than that Tyvek. So here was the sticker shock. So for a single roll right there, a 9 foot by 150 foot roll, the Lowe's brand was $106, I think, something like that. And I've seen it for as cheap as $90 recently. So I was like, okay, that's about the price I was expecting. I finally started looking around for the sticker on the Tyvek, the DuPont. Holy moly, $236 or $256. I can't quite remember. I had to stop dead in my tracks. It was like almost 2.5 times as much money. I could not believe that. So I do what I always done. I stopped right there in the middle of the store, started Google searching and YouTubing. I found a Matt Rising video as well as a few garage journals and forums where people were doing comparisons of the Lowe's brand house wrap to Tyvek. And without a doubt, everybody said you're getting your money's worth to buy the good stuff, buy the Tyvek. So as much as it pained me, I spent about $750 on 3 rolls. And then a little roll of tape was about $18 for the Tyvek brand. Had to buy several of those. By the time I'm done wrapping this house, it's probably easily $1,000 just in house wrap. About 3 times what I was thinking, because I always had it in my mind that the Lowe's brand stuff was Tyvek. It absolutely is not. So this is supposed to be some of the best stuff that you can get. Actually, when my inspector come over, he seen this on the floor. Well, first we were talking, he said, what kind of siding you're gonna put on the house? I said, well, my plan is to put hardy board siding. He said, I strongly suggest every lap joint you put something behind it. You just can't trust house wrap these days. A lot of it's been failing, leaking through, causing moisture issues. So I was like, man, I hate to hear that, because I've never heard backing all the seams and all up. It's just a lot of extra work. So he comes in the house then, sees this, and he says, oh, hang on. He said, you actually got the good stuff. He seemed shocked that I spent the money on the actual Tyvek. I said, yeah, I did a real quick comparison, and it seems like you were getting your money's worth there. He said, well, then you're okay. Don't worry about doing all that backing, although you can back the seams on the hardy board if you want to. He said, that stuff right there is excellent. So that made me feel so good to know that I'm gonna have an excellent product behind my hardy board, keeping the moisture off of my OSB for a long time to come. Okay, what are we doing today? Man, I feel like I'm starting to do too much talking at the beginning of these videos, but a lot of y'all seem interested in the talking. Some of y'all don't like the talking. Sorry, we're gonna get to work right now. Here's what we're about to jump on. Okay, so the one thing the inspector found was this is not an actual egress window. I didn't even think about that. This being a bedroom, you have to have 5 square feet of open space for an egress window. Well, I went up calling the inspector back and I said, that is way more than 5 square feet. What's the deal? He says, nope. Once you lift the window open, whatever that open space is where the screen is, that has to be I think it may even be 5.7 square feet. It's like a national code for egress on a bedroom. That way you can knock the screen out and actually get out. You can't count the entire window opening. It has to be whatever it is after you lift up. Now that's a problem, because that looks ugly. Who wants a gigantic window in their bedroom? We do not, but we have to do that to meet code. I'm so glad he caught it before I sheathed the outside, because that would have been a nightmare, having to tear all this out after sheathing was on. Ooh, that would have ticked me off. So glad we got that corrected. Went and took my small window back this morning, found a 36-inch wide window, so we don't have to knock out no studs. Now all we have to do is knock that window plate out, cut those cripples, and kind of reinstall everything for the new size opening for the window. That's what we're starting on right now. next morning, had to wind up knocking off yesterday afternoon. Decent little thunderstorm come through, dropping them no bolts, those lightning bolts. I don't play that game. So here is our god awful, hideous window. I can't for the life of me believe code requires a window this big. It might as well be a door. This is just crazy. This is the part that really upsets me. I understand code, understand the egress. Golly, I wish we could say something about our house and not have this. I would rather put another door in the room, but does not qualify. This is absolutely crazy. It takes up so much room and kind of ruins this wall, in our opinion. But we've got to pass code. We've got to do what we've got to do. All right, I just got my tools out here and it is starting to rain. It's going to be another nasty looking day looking at the radar. I'm not even going to attempt sheathing. We're just going to keep knocking some stuff out. Let me talk real quick before this rain comes down harder and you can't hear me. So we've started doing the drywall nailers up top. We're going to continue to do that. I've got walls in here, wall over there, carry it all the way around. I've also got to do this bathroom wall, this bedroom wall, this wall, and that wall. So a ton of drywall nailers to do. I've got a lot of scrap 2x6s out there, so I'm just digging into that and using them. It's providing enough of a lip in my mind that it shouldn't be a problem. Well, y'all, here we go again. been a kind of a long, somewhat productive day. My Lord, it's been hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock off a little early so I can go put some radio and clothes on, do a little more bleaching, kind of clean up the last little bit of mold and mildew that I see, although things are looking so much better. So today was a good day. It looks odd in here with all of this nailers. Check all this out. So we've got nailers along every top, and again, I know a lot of these aren't necessary. Now these obviously are. So the tops of every wall now has lips to put the edge of the sheetrock up to and screw it in. Same in here. Went ahead and caulked every single wall in the house. So we're good. The other thing that I tried to do is anytime a wall joined, I tried to carry a nailer on into the other wall so I could nail down into the top of this wall, tying the corners together even more than they are now. I probably should have carried that one on over and stuck it to the joist, but I've tried to do that some as well. Went ahead and caulked the bathroom, the bedroom walls, and got the pantry walls too. They're all done. And this worked out great because all this was bowed, just bad scrap lumber that I was trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with. So it worked out great. It looks ugly up there, but I've got to remember at the end of the day, this is all gonna get sheetrocked in and you'll never see it. So it's good that it got some use. So tomorrow I'm gonna come out and do some specialized blocking. I'll record that and include you on that as well. There's some specific things in the house I'm trying to think far ahead for, and while I've got some of this blocking laying around, let's go ahead and use it, especially since we're already doing this stuff anyways. Then at that point, we're going to look seriously at going two different directions. One, we can go ahead and start installing electrical boxes and other things depending on the weather, or we can move on into potentially doing some sheathing. So it's going to be one of two directions. Plenty of stuff to do. Nothing's going to hold me up. This is all stuff that has to be done anyways. Yes, I'm ready to get dried in. Y'all know that I am. But it rained 3 or 4 times today alone, so it's been miserable. And today it actually blew in on the porch. No, that was yesterday, I'm sorry. It blew in on the porch. It would have wet the OSB on the side of the house for 10-12 feet, so that makes me a little bit nervous. Now I'm hearing thunder and lightning everywhere. I ain't checked the radar in a while. Sounds like we got another one on the way. Ugh. All right, well, thank y'all so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next video. I ain't done this in so long.